Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ash of God's Redemption, and let's just continue where we left off. Which means we are choosing one of these many paths to travel across the wastelands, or I think we're still crossing the wastelands, I'm not sure. Okay, we have Toll Collector's Bypass. A well-trodden path used by daring merchants hoping to evade tollmen. It's the safest way through the wasteland, but far from ideal. Some merchants are predisposed to banditry. It's expensive as well. Reckless Path. This path was created by adepts of a mysterious cult believing that demons have overtaken Terminum, and some of them might serve humankind. Okay, Misty Track. The path connecting the Toll Collector's Bypass with the Rogue Path, always shrouded in mist with shadows looming inside. Okay. Abandoned Road. The shortest path between the Burial Stockade and the Marsh Watch. Some daredevils travel this road, but fewer take the risk as time goes on. It goes to a bone well, and that one went to Grey Morn, Heretic Chapel, Frog Bastion. Okay, Hollow Path, that goes to Unquiet Graveyard. It's been reported that travelers of this path are overcome by inexplicable fear. However, the same could be said of any path in the wasteland. Okay. Well, I mean, of the different things we could go to or end up at, I mean, I don't know what the Grey Morn would be, but it goes to a ruined fortress. The Bonewell, does that go to? Cursed Village. It doesn't sound very nice, but let's go for the Misty Track. And see what that gets us. You can't tell day from night in the wasteland, so you just set up camp when you get tired. Your companions station themselves wherever they can. Some of them rest while others work. Score sits in the distance and starts writing something down, parchment on his lap. Suddenly, you all hear a wolf howl. Your companions spring up and look around, but the guide remains unfazed. You decide to break the ice and talk to him. Score sees you, hides his notes, and stands. It's like contempt has been glued to his face. He remains silent and waits for you to start talking. Don't you hear the wolf howling? The beast is probably following us. Regardless, it's still headed west. War delivers corpses. A feast for wolves approaches. Only one thing puzzles me. Is someone calling them or something? That's simple. Death has its own odor. Not the one that comes from rotting flesh, but the odor of a soul ready to leave its body. It's the odor of primal fear that the beasts smell. I understand. It's probably not an odor. It's like a heart attack, a sudden fit of pain you don't get the reasons behind, but the beasts feel it nonetheless. Are wolves frequent guests here? Their packs sometimes cross the wasteland. Who knows why they're so drawn to the barren lands? It's as if they're visiting their old hunting grounds, but find no prey and move elsewhere. Or maybe they do find some unfortunate souls. They attack people? Maybe we should get some torches and ensure the campfire keeps burning brightly. Usually they don't go anywhere near the path. They should be scared of fire too. However, there are more of them now. A lot more. So what are we to do if they attack us anyway? The main thing is that you run faster than at least one of your companions, and don't leave the beaten path, lest you provoke them. I suggest you pray too. Maybe the gods will hear you. I gather you aren't one to sugarcoat the state of affairs, Score. What else is there to be wary about? Yes, travelers like us. Well, if the temple scrolls are to be believed, abominations can also manifest there during the reaping. Haven't seen them myself, but I noticed some odd footprints on occasion. Why would Ensis be there? Not a menhir in sight. The exception would be the one in Opacum, but it's lost its power. I heard there used to be a menhir here. That's a weird sentence. However, it was turned to ash after this place fell under the veil of great sorcery. That's how the Ashen Wasteland came into being in the first place. Maybe the abominations are after it. They won't find any ruins, though. The wind has already scattered the ash across hundreds of leagues. It's the first time I've heard of this menhir. I wonder what other secrets the wasteland holds. Why did you come here anyway? The problem is that I don't remember. I can't remember. I've been returning regularly ever since I first saw the place. The wasteland does that to a lot of folks. Something's on the tip of your tongue, but it's like the words are stuck in your throat. It's the same for me. Don't look at me like that. I've been here before. We passed by with a squad for some reason. I don't remember it though. As for the feelings, you're right. They're really familiar. I only just remembered them. This place is dripping with magic. No wonder everyone stays away. Some say that you can even meet death itself here. All lies. However, if you've experienced death of someone close to you, you may find them here. It's not exactly real, more like a phantasm. Maybe they'll even impart some important knowledge to you. Just don't forget it all if they do. I always carry extra parchment and a quill for such occasions. Much more reliable. Here I am, looking around and realizing that I don't want to remember any of this. Everything is so bleak, so hostile. I thought that way too, but then I started coming here again. Read everything I could about the wasteland. I've combed the temple libraries, but came up with nothing. There's one riddle I just wasn't able to solve. I still feel like I'm on the verge of remembering something vital, but I can't do it. So that's what happened, and here I was wondering why you'd stick your head into this cursed place. Hope I managed to avoid that. I still have to save my children. Alright, that's enough chit-chat. We've got a long way to go. A bright idea for once. We still have a ways to go. If we want to leave the wasteland using this road, there are forks somewhere around here too. The path you take is of no consequence though. You'll inevitably emerge at the Marsh Watch. And how do you intend to go back afterwards? Don't think many share that sentiment. I am still thinking whether to return at all. You are an odd one, Score. You are quite bold, even though you are not a soldier. Still, I do not think this place will relent to you. And I'm not planning to give up either. Let's take some rest and continue on our way. I am going to check the camp, actually. Is there anyone to talk to? No, actually not. But we did have some leveling up to do. Oh, and we can do that one. We do have some more words to check out. Or to translate. Alright, let's see if we can translate some more. Let's ask Flit again. Flit furrows his brow, pondering the next phrase. Noco restel. Altogether it reads, the servants perform their task, or something like that. The young soldier scratches his head for a moment and then it hits him. Vele Korsapa F means that a new ruler has come. Okay. Well, let's keep traveling. A ragtag group moves in to intercept you. As they get closer, you notice their bulging eyes and foaming mouths. They're clearly out of their minds. Your horse twitches its ears and snorts in fright in response to the foul odor preceding them. You have two options: kill the pursuers or ride away. Let's fight. Okay. Let's fight. Let's start with a bowman. Very nice. And let's do another shot. Almost. Nice line. You're gonna create another line. Alright. Let's walk up with you, Thorn. Come on. My turn? Good. Let's start with Thorn. One down. Or, well, another one. There we go. Very nice. Don't appreciate that. Bam! Very nice flit. Well done. Damn. Feels very rude. Maybe to you, actually. Ouch. Oh, that's one less. Okay. Very nice. A bit of an overkill, but I don't mind that. There we go. Thank you for the money. Let's go down the rogue path, I guess. I don't know. Maybe this one is more expensive in the long run. This path, favored by highwaymen and other scum, runs along the edge of the wasteland, parallel to the Marsh Road. A whirlwind suddenly forms in front of you. It turns crimson and twists like a banner, brushing against your face before it disappears. You see two men standing in its place. "So we finally found you," one of them merrily shouts to you. "We've been searching for so long. Why are you frowning? Don't you recognize me? It's me, John." The other one eyes you closely, then softly brushes his companion aside. "Please excuse my friend, traveler. We mistook you for an old acquaintance. He was armed with a bow and an axe, while you carry a sword and a shield, but I couldn't tell from a distance. I'm Arnie. What's your name?" Oh, the wonders you can see in the wasteland. It's a cursed place indeed. That said, respect given is respect earned. You introduce yourself to John and Arnie. Tell them about yourself, I guess? John listens curiously and then asks you various questions. Before you know it, you're spilling out your soul to complete strangers. Strangely, it's made you feel better. "Your story is rather interesting, Thorn," says Arnie sympathetically. "John and I both like what you're doing. Well, most of it. Please accept this gift from us. We give it wholeheartedly, so don't say no. It'd be nice if you mentioned us the next time you recount your adventures." You take a rather heavy coin purse from Arnie and nod gratefully. You can't make sense of this meeting, but at least you can make some use of it. Let's just politely say farewell. You nod farewell to John and Arnie and continue your journey. For some reason, you can't stop wondering how they could mistake you for someone else. So what if you have a beard? Do all bearded men look alike to them? I don't know. Let's get to this cursed village. There are so many stories about strange occurrences in the wasteland that a group of Ensis on the road doesn't surprise you at all. Remaining calm, you unsheath your sword. The four masked warriors are still, petrified, as if in a trance. You stop your horse and consider riding around them, but it would mean leaving the road. Well, that seems like the best one to me. Shoot the Ensis from a distance. 4 arrows, 4 dead Ensis. When the last falls to the ground, their bodies disappear like grey mist. You hesitantly nudge your horse forward. Nothing odd happens and you ride on. Alright. So this is the Marsh Watch, huh? It's as if you're consumed by darkness. You suddenly find yourself in a strange, unfamiliar place. The last thing you remember is riding along the road. The burgomaster suddenly appears from the darkness before you. "So, have you found a present for your dear wife?" You nod, unsure of what's happening. "Found it. And what are you doing here, Sir Baron? Aren't you..." Trouble nods, downtrodden. "Well, yes, but it was only a matter of time, so it didn't really upset me. The things I had in store for you... Well, I have to go. Just wanted to be certain that you're here by chance. It's still too early for you to be here." Okay. You attempt to approach Trouble, but he fades into the blackness. You are unsure what to do, where to go. There's no light. It's completely silent. Well, I don't know if it matters, but let's just move forward. It looks as if your wife's face is shining in the dark. This can't be. Leaky? Is it you, or just some illusion? You attempt to approach your wife, but are unable to, no matter how much you struggle. Thorn, my love, remember the White Tower. You can't keep up with her and fall to your knees. Leaky, forgive me. Leaky's face vanishes in the darkness. A quiet whisper reaches your ears. The White Tower, Thorn. Our son, Macht. You get up and look around, struggling to understand if what you saw was real. Where do you go now? Oh, I want to keep going forward. Hey, anyone here? You yell into the void. How do I escape this darkness? An image of an old friend suddenly appears. Hello, Krieger. Thorn? I hope you're not. Oh, thank the gods, you're alive. Excuse a crazy old man's foolishness. I never intended to turn into this. I was confused and tired. Fell prey to this witchery. But there's no time. It approaches. It's almost here. An unfamiliar shape tears through the darkness. Who are you, he who is hounded by curiosity? Who are you, stranger that dares come here? Show your face. You squirm in unbearable pain and scream at the top of your lungs. Gasping for air, you catch your breath and open your eyes. You awaken in the wasteland. It seems like the dream only lasted a moment. Your companions seem oblivious. You decide not to share what you've seen. Besides, the wasteland's edge and the Marsh Watch are on the horizon. You've enough trouble as it is. Perhaps Score noticed something. He's perpetually suspicious after all. However, he's kept his questions to himself, and you don't exactly feel like sharing your experience. Okay, let's keep moving. Ah, that must be the Marsh Watch. Score reins his horse in on the outskirts of the Marsh Watch. Well, the guide came and went. If you've any requests or complaints, I'll be by the merchant's wagon. In order to avoid unnecessary contact with the local guards, you seek refuge in a hut somewhere on the outskirts. You eventually find a remote dwelling. Several thugs are noisily trying to kick the door down. Scare them off with threats, or try to anyway. You yell at the thugs, trying to intimidate them, but they barely flinch. They divert their attention from the door to you, and they begin to close in. Okay, we got another fight on our hands then. Yeah, let's keep going with this. Alright. Let's move Thorn first. What you gonna do? Well, not much. Oh, he's almost dead. Come on, Flit. Nicely done. Let's shoot that guy. And almost kill him. Let's give some energy to you. Not much, but it's always something. Let's go with you, Flit. And attack that guy. I did not realize you had an archer. How about my archer taking out your archer, eh? Very nice. Let's have you dispatch that guy. Do we need to heal anyone? Not really. Come on. Well, at least he doesn't have much energy left. And he's already had his turn, so... Bye-bye. Nice. Ooh, very nice. And some level ups. You are surprised to see your old friend Rask emerge from the house after the fight. You smile and rush toward him. Suddenly, Gleda appears at the doorstep. Okay. Despite your disbelief, you're unable to contain your emotions and embrace her. She shares your joy, and it would seem that all your recent efforts were not in vain. It's a good thing you've dealt with the bandits. I knew they had to be stopped. Hated their mugs the moment I saw them. Rask smiles. Your intuition remains sharp. The less scum like them roaming about, the better. The important thing is that you and Gleda are both alive. How in the world did you find her? She was the one who found me. 2 women, an older one named Sheila and a younger one, Philia, brought her to me. They told me to wait for you, so I did. Now I need to head to the stockade on urgent business. Find me there later, all right? You nod, but then remember something. I've no desire to butt heads with the local guards, if I can help it. Rask scrutinizes you for a few moments and then waves his hand. Introduce yourself with an alias and tell them you came to see me. We'll sort out the paperwork later. I don't even remember how I got here, if you can believe that. There we were, hiding in Philia's cellar. I recall writing a note to Bran, but nothing after that. When I opened my eyes, there was Rask, and then you showed up. Sorcery at work. Again. Can't go anywhere these days without stumbling into it. Before she left, Sheila told me that I'll remember everything in due time, but not before then. Enough about me. What are you doing here, Dad? Macht's in danger, Gleda. Got himself captured somewhere near Frigga, so I'm headed there now. I saw something when I was in the Ashen Wasteland, like some kind of dream. Leaky was there too. She said that Macht was in some white tower? Have you actually seen Mom? Heard her voice? Have you spoken to her? Yes, and it's probably something you should heed. Dear gods, Dad! I want to visit the Ashen Wastelands too. At least once this is all over. That's a bad idea with worse consequences. I think you'd be better off visiting your grandfather. The only way I'll go see Grandpa is if somebody ties me up and throws me in the back of a wagon. or if you and Macht come with me. Your choice. You aren't saying that you dare disobey me, are you, Gleda Brenin? I am your daughter, Thorn Brenin, and I'm definitely following in your footsteps. I'll be furious if someone tries to lock me up again. Are we actually gonna reach the Marsh Watch now? I guess they were in that building. Oh, hello, Helm. Sure, let's visit the shop. Even in a godforsaken place like this, you can find a small shop. Okay, let's grab that. Let's get that one as well. Okay, well, that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye!